had Josh on the podcast yet. He'd be a fun one to have on.
We haven't.
You can really fuck with Josh. I mean, you could. His
Listen
kid
to
watches.
his intelligence.
I found out. I have to stop swearing because I found out his kid watches.
Yeah,
the
religiously.
podcast.
Yeah,
and I swear
Josh,
almost as religiously probably as his kid watches the podcast.
Josh vets it though. He goes through and makes sure that it's something that the boys can. Because there was one time where Jenna went downstairs and Bennett was watching one of the ones that we were just absolutely cussing on.
I don't think we swear that much.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely not.
On one of them there was quite a bit of
Unfiltered. Yeah.
Bunch of
unfiltered
sailors.
words. We're not even drunk.
Not yet, at least.
Oh, that amplifies like 5x when I drink.
Just swearing does?
Yeah, and my coolness level goes way up.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that on Wednesday when we went out for
Still
our
not
TV.
Yeah,
Is
you're
it?
like,
Yeah.
fuck, is this
Oh
guy
my
cool,
God,
dude?
what the fuck? He's like sitting down there with his unbuttoned shirt. His bare, like, hairy chest is like showing.
I had an undershirt on.
The wind is like ruffling his hair. Yeah.
No matter
You look
how-
like David Hasselhoff.
No matter how cool you are, Dylan, you're not as cool as you know who.
Can't beat him.
Can't beat him, join him, right?
Yeah. I was gonna make a comment, but I don't. It would have to get cut. I read a fucking comment the other day, and it was like, it was this dude doing something that like, it looked kind of cool, but like this lady commented, and it was
on one of ours.
No, it was on like some fucking random post. It was like after this there wasn't a dry seat in the house.
Dude, sometimes comments are funny to read.
They really are.
Like that was funny as shit, yeah. But I had to. That was a good one.
Did you get up and check your seat?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's wet.
All right, I have a dad question for you guys. Do you guys find you get like a lot of extra work done during the day? Because
How is this a dad question?
Because of your last name?
What?
Because we rush it.
Welcome
No,
to
but
the Viper Podcast.
Why only during the day? It's all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh,
if you would
that's
try
right.
and walk with us, you would think.
Oh, without a doubt. You guys are
Everywhere.
some of the fastest walkers, like on the Vegas Strip.
My
even.
walker is the fastest. For real.
Dude,
those tennis balls move.
There is one thing that's pretty frustrating is walking in Walmart with our pace.
How
How does
just
anybody
Walmart,
get anything
any
done?
fucking public space at all.
You want to get Dylan
It's like,
pissed?
fuck.
You want to get Dylan pissed? All you have to do is either drive behind somebody slow or walk behind somebody slow. Dude, he almost shifts it in gear faster walking past somebody than he does when he's
Well,
driving.
nobody else has anywhere to fucking be. Like,
No,
for real.
I
like,
often-
isn't that the whole point of you driving is because you have somewhere to be? So why are you going so slow?
You know
Let's
what they
get
say,
there.
though,
Let's get it
Dylan,
fucking done.
right?
We can get
Like,
more done in a day.
Early is on time. On time is late, and late is
You're fired.
late. You're fired.
Usually always late.
So, but if you're ahead of the clock to get
98%
somewhere,
of the time.
Why do you show up at 9 then?
what do I show up at that?
Oh, fuck. I see that taco roll in.
Because I work till 6.
Oh.
That's true. He's giving you shit.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And I work on Saturdays
You
too.
like that?
You froze.
Brent, go ahead and cut this part of the podcast, please.
That's
Dude,
funny.
Sam, you're funny. Dude, I love hanging out with you, especially with the dad jokes, man.
Thank you.
They're so
Appreciate it,
good.
guys.
Dude, they're so good.
That's the only reason I'm here.
So once you do have kids eventually, are they just going to get better, do you think? Like
Better than what, dad jokes?
the jokes,
yeah,
yeah.
like how do you mean better?
Well, dumber. But that's what dad jokes are. They're dumb though, right? So like
Yeah, they're like
if they get better, they're going to get dumber.
They're like either there's two ways to go, right? They're the low hanging fruit, like it's the obvious joke,
Yeah.
or it's like you have to think about it for
But
a
it's
second.
still stupid.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, either way, they're really dumb. But
Your kid is going to be like, Dad, you're fucking funny, man.
my kids,
You are funny.
my kids can be fucked up from all the shitty jokes. Like
He's
nothing.
not gonna-
He's gonna have no sense of humor anymore.
He's gonna turn into.
He's be like the most dry fucking humor out
He's gonna
there.
be one of those comedians that's just like super dark, that like has the darkest jokes.
Has to go someplace horrible because
super ghetto.
yeah.
All right. Let's hop into it. SEMA. First of all, we never talk about this. And I see every other podcast doing it because it probably works. If you do listen to this podcast, especially on YouTube, like and subscribe. Give us a comment. If you think we're funny, if you think we're dumb,
Especially if you think we're dumb.
especially if you think we're dumb.
If you think my dad jokes are good, leave 6 comments below and
pick on
say
us
that
a-
you want more.
Tell us what stupid shit that we're doing in the comments. I want to hear it
because it's
all.
going to make us laugh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say how terrible we are at podcasting. I want to hear it. Like and subscribe, whether you're on podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and tell a friend. It'd be very helpful. I don't know if that even everybody says that on their podcast. I don't know if it works.
Yeah, I
We're
think
gonna
a
give it
good little
shot, though.
reminder.
I think it's a great reminder.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
We
just for fun.
appreciate you tuning in as well. That's
Absolutely.
it. Like, you're taking your time out of your day. We take some time to make this, and you take some time to listen to it. Like,
Yeah.
I hope we provide something useful. But this week we're just going to talk about SEMA and our time in Vegas. So
SEMA was
Jesus.
so for those listening. If nobody knows what SEMA is one of the biggest car trade shows in the United States, right?
Mhm.
Where you have a range from hooligans doing burnouts and souped up trucks, lifted trucks. You have muscle cars, sports cars. You have detailing and
It
car
is
accessories. You have
definitely
off-road.
the car trade show of the year for anything car related.
It's like automotive. What does it even stand for? Do you know?
Yeah.
What?
Sam, what do you think it stands
okay,
for?
yeah, this is a good part of the podcast.
Specialty
no, hold on,
Equipment
hold on.
Manufacturers Association, I believe.
Don't
Special
ruin it.
Equipment
Stop.
Manufacturers Association.
Well, now we know what it is. So we
Dad,
can
it was
take
going
a
to take you
guess.
way too long to try
The
and think of something
super-
funny for SEMA.
Exaggerated.
That's exactly what he was trying to do too.
Manual automotives.
Wow.
Anyways, so we went. We had a booth there.
A boot?
A booth.
What are you
We had
talking
a booth
about?
there.
We had a booth there.
About what?
So we had a booth. SEMA. So it's massive. I think they said 175,000 people there, and yeah, it's not even just car related. It's automotive related. Everything automotive, custom cars, like flooring. What?
You're like, it's not even car related. It's everything automotive.
I mean,
That's
it's,
the same fucking-
so it is, but it's not like you don't walk onto like a car dealership lot and expect to like buy like rims and tires, right? Like you walk into SEMA expecting to find everything accessory wise. You're not buying a car while you're there.
Right.
Special equipment, aftermarket.
Yes,
Equipment,
it's
aftermarket.
all aftermarket equipment. It's all stuff to deck out your garage for whatever your favorite automotive hobby is.
Yeah.
Overlanding, like track day stuff, anything you can think of, detailing, PPF. The list goes on and on and on.
Shop chairs.
I think somebody said while I was walking.
The best shop chairs.
The only shop chairs. While I was walking around, I think I heard somebody say there's 26 miles of carpeting, which
Damn.
is like almost unfathomable.
You can't even run that far.
Fuck no. Why would I?
And
Why
there's
would I
even-
Can
want
you
to?
imagine trying
There's
to
even,
run
like,
every aisle?
Two.
Sprint
Okay,
every
next year we
aisle.
have a video idea.
Alex is doing it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even tools and equipment. Like, there's like tube benders and saws and shit upstairs. That's not necessarily car related.
But everything for manufacturing, like a
Yeah.
car as well, that you might ever like.
Wheels, tires, literally every brand.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy to think about how much stuff is there. Not the Uber driver, but the Loop driver, the
Tesla Loop,
Tesla
yeah.
Tesla Loop driver, said that there's only one convention that's larger.
It's the Construction Expo, ConEx.
No,
Yes.
but maybe. He said that the only one that's larger is CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Expo.
Bunch of nerds.
Yeah,
Actually, I did hear that one's pretty nuts. Like,
It would be cool
it's
to
with
go
the
to.
robots and everything.
it'd be cool to go to. You saw all the traffic. Well, it's that, but it's all the new phones. It's all the manufacturers of like
We could look to hire some robots.
Some AI.
Yeah.
for everything but video.
for everything but video.
especially the media team.
Oh man, it's crazy.
They'd be here before 9.
No, it was cool. We had one thing that's frustrating is they do seniority. So you have to buy a booth, and you have to do it year over year over year over year in order to continue to move up.
Well, it doesn't seem like they do seniority because we've been there for 3 years now, and we
And same spot.
keep getting stuck in the same spot. So why don't we just go like every other year if we're in the same spot anyway?
So that's the thing is that's where it's frustrating, and they're from the roof. You're paying all the expenses for that. It's the amount of cost that goes into it is so much when you look at it from a bird's eye view, and you look at like, holy shit, they're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
How many exhibitors were there?
A lot.
You know,
A lot.
multiply that by
Thousands.
minimum of $10,000 a booth. You know, some are even paying a couple $100,000 a booth.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
Oh, bro, like when Ford and Dodge and Chevy are there, it's got to be $1 million booths.
Oh, for sure.
Especially with all the personnel, everybody they got there, all carpet. Like it's literally
No, I'm saying
an office building at their booth,
SEMA, like their rental cost.
right? Yeah, but I mean they just have to pay for the badges for everybody that
Right.
goes.
It's bonkers, but it's a good trade show. You get your name out there. Honestly, one of the biggest things is for the partnerships.
Yeah.
Like the names that you're able to connect with are so cool. Last year we were able to connect with Chip Foose, Bill Goldberg, Brian Fuller. Some awesome names.
All the above.
You
This year, I would say, was pretty wild too. I feel like when you and Alex were walking around, you were just getting like grabbed by people who were like,
right?
like knew you guys or recognized Alex, or
Yeah, dude, it was cool.
they might not know your face. I feel like Alex is really like the connection guru
For sure.
But it's
Yeah.
pretty wild just to see like how many people, like recognize the brand name.
Yeah,
and,
it was cool.
like we've talked about in the past, like it's only a drop in the bucket,
Right.
But
even connected with Roadster Shop, going to their party, dude, that party was sick.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. So they rented out the Jewel nightclub in Aria, and it was an awesome freaking turnout. Sam unfortunately got sick.
yeah, the party was sick, and so was I.
There it is. There's those dad
They're so
jokes.
subtle, dude.
Put like a dad joke counter on the bottom or something. Yeah.
Ding.
See, like that would have gone like unnoticed if you guys didn't say
That would have
anything.
gone unnoticed.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. So how long were you guys there at the party for?
We'd probably still be there if it was up to Alex.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Did they give away those? They had those really cool like gold chain necklaces and the belt. Did they give those away at the event?
Yeah.
Are you
What are you
wearing
looking
your
at
belt
me?
right now, Dylan?
No, we didn't win it. Those are for the winners that built cars.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we build a car next year?
Maybe.
I mean, it would be this year.
I guess it would be. We should probably get started on it now because it usually takes like
I'm just trying to
two or
win that
3
gold
years to do a
belt. I would
SEMA
wear that every
do a
day.
SEMA
That's pretty
build.
cool.
Yeah, their stuff was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So Andy Leach won it with his I believe it was a Fleetwood. Was it a Fleetwood? It was a wagon. It was really cool.
Huh.
A Wagoneer. Sorry. Yeah. Andy Leach won it.
Really?
Calc Auto Creations, I think
Was it
his
a,
shop is
just a
called.
full resto or was it a
Fucking brand new. Looks beautiful.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Best
pretty
on
sick.
that was the best on RS award.
Oh, so like on the RS chassis?
Yeah.
That's so clever.
You are quick.
Dude, there's some funny shit that happened at that party. One was partying with the Ring Brothers.
Dude, those guys like to
Mike
like to
Jim
tear it
loved
up.
to fucking party, dude. It
Yeah.
was awesome. So what they pulled all the guests to the front, or not all the guests, all the nominees to win the Roadster Shop belt, and it was Annie Leach. You had the Ring Brothers. I don't know who that second guy was, but then you had
Dave Kindig,
Dave
from
Kindig, and then
Kindig Customs.
another guy. So it was those four, and they passed the mic around for each person to talk about their car
Yeah.
and what's unique about like a quick 1 minute blurb about what it was, what was super unique about it. And you're the first two guy, Andy and the guy after him, talking about it. It has this chassis, it has this color, it has this steering wheel, yada, 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 yada. And then the Ring brothers, you could tell that they both were drinking for a while. And they're just out there for a good time. What he say? He's like,
it's black.
He's like, yeah. He's like, the car we built is black. And he's like, anything else you have to say about it? It's black. And he hands it over to the next people. They're just two brothers that make insane fucking cars.
Their whole team, we got to meet them like, I don't know, like a year ago at this point, maybe a little.
Over a year ago,
Yeah,
June.
over a year ago. Yeah. And their whole team is so cool. Like, they're just like good old Wisconsin boys.
Yeah.
You know? Like, here to have fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like, make cool shit. And
But they're
like,
super humble too.
oh my gosh, yeah.
They don't wear that shit on their shoulder. Like they know that they're the best, but they don't act like it.
Yeah.
If they walk by you and he knows who you are, he's gonna come and talk to you. You know, it doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
They're super humble guys. But the funniest one was their builder that helps him. What's his name? Ryan.
Ryan, yeah, the big bearded burly guy. He's
Big-
badass. Yeah.
Big dude, big ass beard, loves the party. Also, this is gonna be hard to explain, but you got the DJ in the background, music's loud, like everyone's screaming to talk to each other. Everyone's been drinking for a couple hours now, so you know everyone's feeling it, and he's
trying to do
us.
he's trying to do an intro to us to a business partner or whatever.
Yeah, he's introing us and he's yelling, and the DJ switched the song, and it's a song that he likes, and mid conversation he's introing like, "Hey, this is Dana Dome of Viper." Song switches. He's like, "Hold up!" He starts dancing. He comes back and he just continues to follow up where he is. It's like, dude, I love that. That is fucking awesome.
What a cool group. What a cool group.
We were dying laughing at him, but he was serious too. He comes back right in mid conversation and starts
Did
connecting.
he pick up where he left
Oh,
off?
right where he left
Didn't
off.
skip a beat.
Yeah.
Didn't skip a
If you were
beat.
to see this dude, he's just a big dude, loves to have fun and loves to party. But the whole crew is awesome. We got to talk with Kindig for some time too.
Okay.
Kindig was awesome. It's so cool to be able to like connect with these guys, and they're just normal human beings that just love to have a good time.
Yeah.
They're not. They get turned off by coming up and you being all over them. They just want to drink beer and talk about cars. You know, like
Yeah.
Just so happens I like to drink beer and talk about cars. What a coincidence.
That's wild.
got to talk with him for a while. Brian Fuller for quite some time. Also, it's just awesome. It was super cool to connect with everybody. Again, appreciate the Roadster Shop crew for allowing us to come there.
Yeah.
They had their whole team there. It was cool to connect with the guys that are behind the scenes also.
Yeah.
But it was cool. What the brand that they're building, they're making like chassis are cool, but they're making it like a cool brand behind it.
Fuck yeah.
You know, and
Well,
that's
they
what
were
everybody
on-
wants to stand behind.
Like Joe Rogan a couple weeks ago, weren't they?
They were.
Or
Yeah.
they went down to.
Well, they built him a CUDA. Badass CUDA with
Yeah.
a Mercury racing engine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty sick. But even those guys, they're super humble. They're down to earth. They just want to have a good time.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's about. And that's what you start to realize, too, when you're starting to build these partnerships and these relationships, is these big-name guys, they're getting contacted every day for product collabs by these big corporations to get paid, and they sponsor them and this and that. And what they're not getting is somebody coming with an open hand of saying, "Hey, how can we help you? How can we be
Yeah.
How can we be friends?" You know, and that's how you stand out, and that's how we've been able to stand out. Is we're not looking at how can they help us. We're looking at how can we team up and help each other.
Yeah.
You know, how can we
That's
do cool?
cool.
How can we do cool shit together? And that speaks volume over money any day.
Yeah. That's sweet. So did you guys have a chance to connect with anybody else while you're there? Who I know, like we've met Fuller before. We've met.
Yeah, another one was at the SEMA show. We met up with Chris Fix.
Oh, that one was cool.
Chris Fix was awesome, and that's another cool one. It's the same. All these guys, dude. It's the same thing. We met at him. So to give an idea of the layout of this trade show, you have all these halls that are like connected in one way or another, and to get from one corner to the other, it's probably like 45 minutes to an hour.
It's a very, very long.
It's a long walk, and we met in like the middle where there's a Tesla loop. So Elon Musk built this underground tunnel, freaking with Teslas driving around underneath it.
By himself.
He
How-
dug it. Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
The Tesla loop for the first time is insane. But we met there, and that's where we walked right by Chris Fix.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody listening, Chris Fix is by far one of the biggest YouTube.
If you ever
DIYers.
YouTube how to do something on your car, guarantee you probably came across his video.
Yeah. I think he's got 10 million subscribers.
Like when you
or something
YouTube, how do I put air in my tires? That was his
Chris
video
Fix's
you
first
watched.
one,
yeah. I think like when I had a chance to meet him, the first thing
And then I had to
that's
follow,
almost undoubtedly like
I had to follow it up with how to put the cap back on.
Yes.
How
How
do you
do I
screw-
remove the valve stem cap?
well, I replaced a coolant pump like I don't know 4 years ago on like a car I had, and that was the first thing that I just looked up one of his videos or looked up how to do it, and that was like one of the videos that popped up. And the make of the car didn't really matter, you know. It was more like on like how to technically do it or whatever.
Yeah,
Just watch his video like beginning to end and like.
He's so smart how he does it too. All of his are how-tos. So then whenever anybody's searching that, so that helps his algorithm and keywords pop up so much faster than anything else. If you do how-to anything, it's going to be one of his, especially on a car.
I don't know how he does it, but they're always so simple. Like there's no like it's not
Right.
technically like difficult. The way he explains it just makes you feel like
Yeah.
I don't know, like I could
Easy to
do it.
understand, right?
Like
He
how to
puts
set
it
a timing chain. Oh, dude, that looks easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, maybe
But-
not.
He just explains it in simplistic terms. You know,
Yeah.
he doesn't overcomplicate it. But we met him right in the beginning or right in the middle of the trade show. And excuse me. And he was taking pictures with people and
Man, that fucker stunk.
yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, gross.
I was eating Cool Ranch.
You were eating Cool Ranch
not
Doritos?
No, they're like little, I don't know.
Off-brand Doritos.
Yeah. What do you think I do in my room when it says "Do not disturb" door closed? Eating Doritos.
Fucking veg out on Doritos.
No, we met him, and right away when we connected with him, Alex and him were talking a little bit before,
Mm-hmm.
and we showed face, met him, and he's like, "Hey," like right away the connection happened, and he was so down to earth, so cool. He's like, "Where's your guys' booth located?" And we said West Hall. He's like, "Cool, I'm gonna walk with you. Let's go there." And it's like, holy shit, for how big this dude is, like we're like, "Hey, West Hall is far away." He's like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." For how big he is and how many other people he probably could go and connect with, for him to be like, "Hey, yeah, I want to go walk with you guys and let's just shoot the shit while we go there,"
Yeah.
is so cool. You know, and the conversations we were having were not about Viper. It wasn't about him. It was about cars, you know,
Yeah.
just in general. And it's just your everyday conversations. And that's what these guys are looking for. You know, they don't want to be that. Imagine being like somebody that big that always has people coming to your door, begging for shit, asking you to do stuff. So that when you come with an open arms, you stand out tenfold.
You think
It's
that's
cool.
the best approach?
What's that?
Like just in general?
Yeah, you don't. If you want to build a relationship with somebody, especially somebody bigger, Andy talks about this all the time. Like, dude, if you have nothing to offer to them, why even go and contact them?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? If you have nothing to offer to them, there's no point to even contact them. And that's where I think the contact started. Is we sent him a chair, not looking for anything in return. We didn't say, "Hey, can you make a video about this? Hey, we'll pay you to do this." It was, "Hey, we think you would like our chairs. Take one." Like, here's a chair. And right there, that speaks volumes. And I would say if you want to build a solid relationship with somebody that, quote unquote, is out of your league, meaning has a bigger following or is always getting contacted, do something for them without looking for anything in return. Send them something. But don't expect something. Like, don't expect an email from them or a call from them or a DM from them or, you know, anything from them.
Nothing in return.
Nothing in return.
Yeah.
Eventually, if it's meant to be, your time will come with that person. Maybe you'll see them at a trade show or, you know, walking around, or you'll get connected through another resource, or you don't know how it works. It just happens. You know, but when you have those expectations of, hey, I send you something, now you have to do something for me, that's when it never works out.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't ask for anything.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Just send them something.
It's kind of weird to watch like how things have like networked. Like we would have never been connected with Ronan if we didn't like have a chance to meet Goldberg, and like that one was just
key, dude.
another like chance opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And like I think some of the best like I don't know if I want to call them opportunities, but some of the best connections have been like just by chance. Like not
Totally.
even the people that like you're like, oh, like it'd be so cool to work with so and so. It's like, yeah, like it would be, but also like there's 100 other like people who like would love to do something with you or like
Absolutely.
work with you or talk to you or like meet you, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that aspect like is so much more fascinating to me sometimes than like the obvious ones, you know?
Right. Well, take it with Andy. So a year into, I'd say probably around a year, right? A year into Viper, we always followed Andy Frisell and his brother, and we sent him a chair. I don't know if we talked about this in the previous podcast, but we sent him a chair with First Form on the main seat. You know, we custom powder coated it blue, and we found his address. We found the First Form headquarters address. I mean, it's not hard, you just Google it. And we sent him a chair. Like, he never heard of us before. Like, we're not even that big at this point. Just randomly sent him a chair.
With a nice note and because it was everything he was doing helped us get to where we are, and it was just literally a thank you.
You guys actively tuned into his podcast, like still
Always.
do, yeah, and like
this is gonna show you how things just happen over time. They just do. You can't force it. So we sent him that first chair, crickets. You know, we kind of were like, oh, dude, maybe he'll email us or call us or something like that, but it was nothing. And we kind of forgot about it as we continued to progress over the years. And we got to a point where we had new packaging, we had a better embroidery process, better seats, just a better chair. And we're like, hey, why don't we send him a new one now? Why don't we just send him one with the updated logo? Because that's when they updated their logo too.
Yeah.
Again, not expecting anything. We wrote something on it and sent him another one to his house address, though. I don't know how we got that, but we got it. Sent it to his house.
sometimes you can find stuff online, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Sent one to his house, and again, crickets. A couple months go by, and Andy's having a Arate Syndicate. It's where him and Ed Milet go up and give these powerful speeches to business owners to help you progress your business onwards. And you can apply to ask them a question live in person. And both Dylan and I requested, like we put a question in there of, hey, here's my question. They only pick a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
And we request it. We bought tickets to go there, and it's booked in the trip, ready to go. We get there, and neither of us got an email saying, hey, you got picked, you got selected. We go there, we register. We're walking back to the hotel. We get to the hotel, and I'm like, something just hit me. I'm like, I should check my spam folder. Maybe
that's typically what you do when you check into your hotel and get it up to your room. Like,
no, that's like one of those things.
Fuck it, I'm gonna check my spam folder.
Chance, Yeah.
No, I just like, we're just laying in bed, we're just watching TV, and I'm like, I'm gonna check my spam folder. And a couple scrolls down, it was that I got selected to ask them a question tomorrow at the event.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit! Like, these are two guys that we've been listening to for forever, and whatever the show goes on, it's my time to ask a question, and during it, nobody's saying anything about their name, about who they are. They're just asking their question.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, how dumb! What a perfect opportunity to say your name and company name in front of thousands of business owners.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's taking advantage of that.
No one. So I started off like, hey, my name's Dane Rush, co-founder of Viper Industrial alongside my brother. And before I asked the question, I'm like, Andy, you actually have one of our chairs in your garage. And it was crickets. Like, he didn't say anything. I wasn't expecting it. I'm like, right after I said it, though, I'm like,
because it was quiet, and it's like
flop, damn it. Yeah. But moved on to the question, asked the question, he answered it. When he got done answering, he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I love your chairs. I scoot around on them all the time like a little kid. He's like, I smoke pot on them. And he's like, such a great product. I hope you sell a bajillion.
Yeah.
And right there, it's like, okay, all the times we sent chairs to him ended up yielding an opportunity that we would never have expected.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In a whole completely different realm that you could never plan. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like he's like DMing us now, like we're best friends, but still.
No, but just the acknowledgement, especially when it comes from somebody that you've followed and, I mean, in a way, looked up to for so long.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just the acknowledgement's really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Brent, if you're
Yeah, put that clip in there. But for us, it was just, it's like, damn, like he actually had it and he's been using it or sitting on it, and he just never reached out. But he probably acknowledged it, like, damn, cool, thanks guys. He just because he didn't send us something back or give us a call or something, like,
correct, yeah.
I'm sure he's quite busy.
Yeah, I would assume so.
But there's two things I want to cover on this. That being one is, if you are a business owner and you're looking to expand, reach different demographics, and you want to start teaming up with somebody that may be hard to contact, i.e. has a ton of followers or has a big name, send them product, or send them a product if you have a product that they could benefit from.
They could use.
That they could use. Like, if you're just sending them a product and...
Don't send them a fucking T-shirt.
Yeah, right. 'Cause dude, we all get those, and you just throw them away. If they can actually use a product and benefit from it, like, that's why we sent Andy the chair, is because we saw he was building his brand new garage.
He's a big car guy as well,
He's a big car guy. So that was one of the reasons why we sent it. So, like, send somebody a free product that could benefit from it with a nice handwritten note and have no expectations. Because more than likely, will they respond back? No. Mm-hmm. But maybe they do. Or maybe somehow you get seen in the future by that person. Or somehow you're past the line. Mm-hmm. You have no idea. But you can't expect something in a week or in a month or whatever it may be. It may be 2.5 years like it was for us.
I think sometimes that return on investment doesn't show up until much, much later.
If there's even one.
There might not even be a return on investment. At all, right? And in this case, like, the return is just knowing that, like, he uses it. He knows what your product is.
That was good enough. That was good enough for me. Right?
Well, we have the Viper brand in his garage.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Which is really cool.
And his detailer uses it all the time. Sorry. You guys smell
it, dude. Shout out, his detailer, Super Beads? Yeah.
Super Beads, yeah.
In St. Louis, check them
out.
out.
In St. Louis, Super Beads is the guy to go to. But, yeah, send product and have no expectation of anything in return.
I feel almost nobody does that, because I feel like everybody, especially in like the terms of like the influencer space, is like, oh, here's somebody with X amount of followers, like, if I send them stuff, like, I'll get something back in return. Like, and I think it's obviously it's the wrong approach. If you're looking for something back like immediately, then yeah, you're probably going to end up sending them product, and then a lot of influencers require a payment, right? But if you just want to connect with somebody like that, that's the way to do it, period.
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes to authenticity too, because like when you just send people stuff and like if you got to pay them to do certain shit, there's no authenticity there.
Yeah.
Like you're getting paid to do it. They'll do it with fucking 10 other brands that do the exact same thing, right? Like,
you could tell it's fake when you watch it too.
Yeah, like there's an agenda there.
So like does John Cena actually use like a
hefty
car rental services or hefty bags? Like, no, probably not. Like, he probably doesn't even think about buying bags. Like,
No.
Like, I get that there's like some social influence from that aspect.
John Cena's gonna message and be like, "Fuck this guy! I fucking use hefty every goddamn
John
day,
Cena,
bro."
if you would like to fight, this is a straight call.
Damn,
guys, I'm trying to get us some. I don't care.
Come on, keep going. Keep saying it.
I'm bigger than you, and you're too short. I'm just digging my grave here.
No,
I can see you. Yeah, that's it. Isn't that his thing?
Yeah, having no expectations.
that fell flat.
Yeah, okay.
Tough crowd today.
Fuck me.
Dad joke like 10.
If he actually sees it, I'm dead, guys.
Yeah, you are. Sorry, Sam.
Who's gonna record it then?
Robots.
Oh yeah, we'll have AI by then.
Yeah.
And I'll just be the guy who
have fucking
who you hired to get beat up. Yeah.
With his camera.
Viper Fight Club featuring Sam getting his face
Dude,
pummeled.
speaking of that, did you listen to the last not the last one, but the latest Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk?
No. Is it good?
It's pretty good. I mean, Elon's pretty, like...
He's pretty slow when he talks. Like, it's super monotone.
Yeah, but that's just because I think his fucking brain is moving so fast and thinking about so much stuff. It's challenging for him to, like...
talk slower?
It's challenging for him to grab it and turn it into words that normal people understand. But anyway, they talk about... Right?
Yeah.
So...
The dude is fucking intelligent, okay? Anyway, At the end of the podcast, they talk about the fight with Elon and Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, let's
Is that
go.
gonna
He
happen?
wants to do it.
Dude, I
It's
would
on-
I
watch
got my money
that.
on Elon, dude.
Yeah, same.
Elon's bigger.
I would put money on Elon too.
I don't
Yeah.
think the Zucks
I think-
stands a chance.
No, I think he'd
Isn't he
climb
short?
up in a fucking
Isn't
pretzel.
Zuckerberg like kind of short and tiny?
I don't know. I think here's the thing.
Elon says he's just gonna lay out him like a walrus.
I should probably go listen to that one.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Although I feel like when you cross, I feel. Sorry.
Brain's go, he's
My
too
brain-
smart. Too
yeah.
smart.
You see the steam coming out? I feel like when you
Yeah,
cross.
because it's like, what the fuck?
I feel like when you cross the $1 million into the $1 billion threshold, like height doesn't matter anymore. Like
Well, I think he crossed that threshold like 250 times.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
isn't
but
that nuts?
that's-
Okay, so
that's my point. Being is none of that matters anymore. Like Jeff Bezos, he could go get a full head of hair if he wanted. Like he could get a hair transplant from somebody else's head. Like he could do whatever the fuck he wants to. He wants to be jacked. He'll have a personal trainer and steroids like shoved right into his ass. Like
You got some weird traders.
Yeah, what do you and your traders do?
been going to their own personal trainer.
He's like, wait, your traders don't do that?
It hasn't been working.
Or are you the personal trainer?
He's the trainer.
This explains why.
Dude, Kenzie and I were talking about this the other day. We're watching this guy does house tours on YouTube.
Okay.
And he was touring this house that was like 140 million.
Please don't say the guy that knocks on his window. What do you do for a living?
No, it's not him. This
Oh.
guy's actually really good. He gives house tours. He explains like what's in the house, each section, whatever. And there's this house in California that's called The One. It's the most expensive house. It's $141 million. Okay? The dude that bought it is the CEO of Fashion Nova. You know, the Fashion Nova girls brand or whatever?
Okay.
I've heard of it.
It's like $1 billion brand or whatever. It's massive. And you look his net worth up, and he's at like 1.3 billion. Okay? And he can afford you should see this house. It's insane.
I want to double back on that real quick, but continue.
Okay. So you say 1.3 billion. Holy shit, is that a lot of money?
I mean,
Okay.
the house is a tenth of his net worth. So
What's that?
I said the house he bought is a tenth of his net worth.
No, I know. Where I'm going
That's less than that, isn't it? It's way less than that.
so where I'm
Because
going
1.3, how much was the house? 140?
141 million.
Okay.
So
That's what I do to
that's-
Alex's calls.
That's
Silence.
that's where I'm going with this is he's worth 1.3 billion and he can afford that massive house. I'm sure he has yachts and another house and this, that, and the other. Elon Musk is worth $220 billion. Okay, you subtract that dude's net worth from him. Now Elon's worth $219 billion. Can you even fathom how much money that is?
I don't think most people can fathom how much a $1
$1
billion
billion.
is.
That's insane.
Fucking astronomical
my
amount of money.
calculator won't let me go to a billion.
So you gotta turn it sideways.
Yeah. So you just think how does one accumulate that much wealth in one lifetime? That's the crazy
Impressive.
thing is like
systems.
this isn't generational wealth, and I don't think he gets enough appreciation for it, dude. For what he's built in less than
In 20 years, 20, 25 years.
20, 25 years, he's amassed $200+ billion of just his net worth. His companies are probably worth over $1 trillion
9%. Yeah,
combined. That's insane. It's insane to think about.
it is.
You know?
I wanted to double back on like the net worth part. I think a lot of people assume that that's like how much you've got sitting in a bank account somewhere.
No, it's
all
not
your
cash
a-
on
it's
hand.
all your
It's
assets.
Yeah, it's like everything that like you either own or like stock in Tesla or whatever. Like
Right.
I don't think people consider that a lot when you say like net worth. They're like, holy shit, you
Well-
could liquidate all of that in like in an instant. It's like no, like
What
I don't
mean,
think you could.
it is liquidable assets.
Yeah,
You know,
but
could
I mean,
you turn it around and sell all of it? Probably not. But
like if
If
you
you would start
had
dumping that much Tesla
hold on.
stock, they'd freak out.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
fucking
if you
stock would
had
tank.
$1.3 billion, could you? I don't think you could liquidate $1.3 billion by the end of the week.
probably not by the end of the week, no, because people will be questioning what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I
But
just
no,
want,
so
I want to lay
regardless,
on a giant bed
take-
of cash and roll around
Take
on it. That's what's
200
going on.
billion. Okay, yeah. Regardless, some of that's probably assets and stocks. What does a dude have in his like physical cash in his bank account?
I don't think you worry about like.
I think you're missing that one.
It's just bonkers when you think about it.
It is.
And there was this thing on Instagram where like you can slide to the left or whatever when you see like Michael Jordan's worth, LeBron James, all these big guys that you think are massive, and then it has you keep swiping for Elon's, and it shows you the scale. Dude, it's like 6 swipes of where Elon is to get to it. It's just it's insane.
It's pretty cool.
But that's one thing I want to talk about. It's just
I mean, I want to see him knock fucking Zuckerberg out. So let's
right.
let's do this, dude.
So where's Zuck on that scale? Is he close?
No,
He's
not
like,
even close.
Really?
No.
So why are they fighting? Why
Call-
doesn't Zuckerberg fight somebody of his own
Somebody called him out.
money class?
Somebody
I think
called
it
him
started
out.
as a meme, and then
Can you imagine the fucking venue and if they sold tickets for that?
That would be insane.
Bro, that
That
would
would be
be
insane.
over the top. Like,
dude, they should fight inside of the dome.
no, they said the Coliseum in Rome offered to have it there.
Fucking no
But
way.
Elon doesn't
Sick.
want to do it because he doesn't want to deface something of such historical importance.
I like that.
Which I get that.
That's fair.
But I'm like, dude,
That's
it's not
respect.
set up for that. Like, what are you gonna sit on a fucking stone bench? Like, dude, like there's no fucking electricity there. Where the lights gonna
That would be so fucking sick. Are
It's
you
like-
kidding? They would figure it out like tomorrow.
And I'm like, dude, that's where the gladiators fought to the death. Like, you guys are two billionaires
tech
just
guys.
fucking wrestling around.
Yeah. That's a good point too.
That's why it's a good throwback location. You're like, oh, this is where people used to kill each
Are
other.
you not entertained?
Let's have our 2 richest people
Yeah, that's where
wrestle each
gladiators
other until
took
we
down
ring a bell.
freaking lions and bulls, and this is where 2 tech guys are going to be.
I mean,
grappling
I
each
get it.
other.
It's kind of cool, but
I can't
I
even
think-
imagine like a stage.
so you're telling me
that
you're gonna
large.
have other billionaires that are gonna pay fucking $50,000 for a ticket, and they're gonna go sit on a stone bench at the Coliseum, and where are they gonna go take a piss? Do you think they have concessions there?
urinals,
Urinals?
ancient urinals.
They
with
may have had
aqueducts?
urinals in the Coliseum. The Romans invented this sewer system, so
Alex just sent me something the other day where,
and they built the pyramids apparently,
bars-
according to Alex.
It was bar stools with like a pea trough underneath, and they apparently used to use something like that. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's,
He sent me that on Instagram too.
Yeah, yeah.
Just fucking whip
I-
your dong out at the
yeah.
bar, start pissing in this trough.
Place you usually have to piss the most.
Damn.
Seriously.
But
But yeah,
Anyway, listen to the podcast.
I will. I'll go give it a listen.
but going back on SEMA, one last point was the partnership side and then the trade show side. If you are still a younger company and you're looking to dabble into trade shows, highly recommend doing some research and asking your question of, is my main demographic going to be here? Meaning,
Yeah.
are your buyers there? Or is it just a lot of window shoppers?
If the
That will
answer is
save you a
yes,
ton of
do
money.
it. You need to get customers in front of your product, especially if you're just starting out.
I think, especially if you're new, I think it's really important to go with the intention to like just meet people. You know, I think it's important to obviously get like the product in customers' hands, but like just go, like just start talking. Like,
Face-to-face interaction is great.
you have to have like that actual connection.
But there is something on that note too, is you can't just go to a trade show expecting people to just swarm your booth, because if that were true, then how come all the people behind us and next to us weren't getting people?
Damn.
I'm just saying
Damn.
there were people. That wasn't a thrash. You made it worse than it was. The booths next to us weren't getting any traffic because they were just sitting there.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't have a
agree.
good product to offer. Maybe they did. They just didn't promote it on social media or to their
But there was
email
like
subscribers or
an
anything.
Asian brand that did like car seats next to us, and I'm not sure.
Oh
I saw,
no, not that
like,
brand. Yeah, that one.
You know, like those are the people I think who aren't necessarily like interested. They're just going to the trade show.
No. I was talking on the other side, on the left. There's a wrap company. There's the
Oh,
same
gotcha,
company that
gotcha.
was there last year, and you
You
know,
don't even know
so,
what they do because there's nothing there
There's
that
nothing
says what
there.
they do.
So if you're going there, set up a good display of who you are, what you're about, what products are you selling, and promote it on social media before you go. Like, tell anyone and everyone, even if you have a small base. Like, our first year we went there, we still had a lot of people that kind of knew who we were. So that would be one recommendation is if you're like brand new, maybe a trade show isn't the best investment to start. Build that base of social media, do Facebook advertising, do Google advertising, get your name out there a little bit, start connecting with your customers. Then maybe the next year, the year after, once you have this base and community founded, then go to these shows or ask your customers what shows that they're attending. Then that's where you go to.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise, if you go to a trade show and it might be the biggest trade show like SEMA, 175,000 people, but if you're stuck in a corner and nobody knows that you're there, no one's going to come by you, even if you're selling the best product. You know,
I think, and you have to be active too with the people who like actually walk up and want to engage, because I think if you're not, you're just allowing people to like forget about the interaction, because there are so many booths there that like if you don't like have an experience that you remember at that location, like you're just like wasting your time. You know, it's good. It's like maybe good for like a cheaper or a lower end product, right? Like something that you could like either give away or like show people. But if you give them like an experience to remember,
right?
You know, like they come to the booth and like every question that they have is answered, you know, like everything they might want to ask, like, you know, you provide them information for, like, and they get to like physically try it out. Like, you know, you can have an impact like at a booth, you know, like let's just say hypothetically, right? But like, unless you can try out that tool, like,
right, does it work good?
Yeah, like,
Put it
okay,
through a test, right?
Cool, right? Like, I've got another one at home. Like, what's the difference? And, like, being able to try it out, like, to have that experience where you're like, damn, like, okay, like, this is something that I want,
Seriously.
you know, or need. Like, I think that's super important if you're going to attend a trade show.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot more to it than just setting up a booth and expecting people to go. You know, that's where social media played a major impact on ours.
Yeah.
And helped us a ton for that first trade shows.
Yeah.
You know, even the first year at SEMA, we had a pretty big hit. Like, there was a lot of people at least walking by. I would say at that point, the first year is like a 50-50 of, hey, I saw you on Facebook, and hey, I've never heard of you before.
Yeah.
Which was good. You know, then the second year was a little bit more. It's probably 75-25. I'd say this year is probably like 80-20, which is still good because you don't want everybody to know about you. You know.
I love when people say never heard of you before.
Never heard of you.
It's
Great,
always
dude.
good news. Yeah.
Come and sit, take a seat, and take a look at our products. You know, but trade shows can be super fruitful. One thing we're experiencing is how big of a booth do you need to have the biggest booth, or can you survive with a 10x10 or a 10x20? You know, how many people do you have to take there? Can you survive with one person to start? Do you need 5 people? You know, like all that stuff is cost that adds up, and you have to sell a shit ton of product to cover that cost. Otherwise, it's just a sunken cost. You might be in at 15, 20 grand. You sell only $5 grand worth of products, you're out.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody's not Ford, you know, everybody's not Dodge. So like keeping in mind, like, you know, number one, you gotta have people to man the booth, right? Like I think there were days when there was, like, we were all talking to customers at our booth, which was I don't even remember how big, 20 by 40, and like there were still people walking up, and it's like everybody's full. I can't answer any more questions. Like I'm talking to 3 people who are interested, you know, or who want to like see a demo or whatever. Like you have to keep that in mind. You know, if you bought like an 80 by 80, like you got to have enough people to be there to show it off. Like.
Right.
There's a lot to consider, like, for that stuff.
There is.
More than I think you really take it, like, face value, because I think everybody wants a bigger booth, but, again...
Well, a bigger booth means more people to run it, too. And if you have more people at your booth, that's more mouths to feed, that's more hotel costs, and those people at your booth are not back at your office doing what they're supposed to be doing. So now you have your best guys out of the office for 4 or 5 days, maybe a week at this trade show. Now you got to, you know... That's just more catch-up you got to do.
Or you man it. We used to in the beginning.
Yeah, but you're still out of the office too. So that's definitely something to consider.
It was hard, but sometimes you just have to do it. You know, you take a weekend and you and your founder, if it's just you, you're manning the entire show. That's just what it is sometimes.
I think you should have to, because then you know what is required and what goes into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you can leave, and what you can leave out. I think there's things for our next trade show that I think are important.
Oh yeah, so that's what we're looking at. It's like, okay, did we have to do this? Did we have to do this? Like half the stuff that we're saying no, we don't have to could cut our costs in half. Then now this trade show that was in the red just became profitable.
Yeah.
You know, by cutting out a few things.
Yeah,
So-
and even like I think for like next year we rolled around on that garage style tracks. Like this year I think like bringing some of the stuff like and actually showing like demos on like what the casters can roll over like would be great. I know like a big one, especially on like the commercial, is like you using one of the cheap chairs versus one of the Viper chairs. And when you have them side by side, like it's obvious, like super obvious. So it's like, do we consider bringing like the non-brand name ones and like having a little demo area for people to like see the like side by side, like how many times they got to fall off that little one during the day, to show that the like how much more reliable the Viper chair is. Like, I think those are things to consider.
Absolutely.
So
product demos are always good.
Yeah.
But it was all in all, it was a fun event. We had a good time. Safe travels for everyone. Food was good. Weather was good. Really no complaints on it.
I won $100,000 gambling.
And pissed away $150,000.
No, I wish I didn't put a dime down. So,
but being in Las Vegas for 4 nights really makes you appreciate coming back home.
People,
claustrophobia,
everywhere.
dude, everywhere. You're in somebody's way, or
it's
they're
like
in your
your
way.
shoulder to shoulder. I never got like we were talking about the walking really fast before. I never got like people there they'll be walking, and then they'll just stop.
Stop. Dead stop.
To either check their phone or to look at something. They don't like pay attention who's behind them. They don't pay attention like who's on the side. So you better be paying attention, otherwise you're running into somebody.
You would take out a freaking family if they all
Just keep
stopped.
walking.
With the bowling pin sound effect.
You
and
can't stop
everything.
with that much momentum.
No.
It's like a fucking freight train.
Good
Like
luck.
takes like 2 miles to stop.
I can't stop.
To wrap up, what was highlight of SEMA? Go.
Alex, before our
nice
team
catch.
did,
Damn, you see
Yeah,
that?
you get that camera.
Let's go. Oh, dudude, not bad.
his reflexes.
Damn.
Alex before team dinner was probably like my favorite.
That was a highlight. Oh, his
Oh, the
massage.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got it.
it was like
She was into it.
she would like let him get up.
Deep tissue massage.
Yeah.
She came by and like everybody was like, "Oh, he needs one." And
I
he's
think we have
like,
pictures that Brent can put in here, right?
Oh yeah, I've got
Yeah.
video too, where he like tips his head up, he's like smiling, like grinning ear to ear. But then,
And then we left him alone for a while, so I don't
well,
know
we
what
left to
happened
go to the team
after.
dinner for our reservations, and like,
I like, oh, that's your highlight.
well,
Went to
that's 'cause
Vegas. Everything we saw at the trade show, SEMA, that's the highlight.
The follow up highlight would be how cool it is seeing like all the F1 like prep that they're
That is
doing
pretty
there.
cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet. But like just him trying to get up and like go, like he was trying to come to the reservations at dinner, and she's like, "No, not done," and like shoved him back down into the seat.
Sit down.
Head back in.
Okay. He just
Yeah.
went in submission right away.
So
Was
that
yours?
was good.
100% the Roadster Shop party.
I'd agree.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Rubbing elbows, talking with all the big names in the car world, and just getting to know people and having a good time. That was
really
fun.
legit.
So shout out to Roadster Shop, Josh and the Gerber boys for putting on one hell of a party. Thank you for the
Yeah.
invite. It's fucking awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah, they know how to party. For open bar.
Damn, yeah, open bar at the club at the Aria. Let's go.
Dude. It was so cool too. You're walking up and they have like on the staircase, they have Roadster Shop going all the way up. It was, dude, it was just awesome. Like it was cool.
It looked, the whole thing looked like it was just like customized to be
Do
a good time.
you think they feel like how we felt after Viperfest?
Like, thank
probably,
fucking God it's over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
Or looking at the bill, holy shit. Woo. Wow.
either
Some
way, they made one hell
thirsty
of an
people
impact.
there.
Yeah.
So good shit.
No. Yeah. That's a wrap on this one. SEMA was great. Looking forward to it potentially next year. We'll see. Huge shout out to Viper Energy for sponsoring this episode. It's available on viperenergy.com. We have some distribution coming soon. Stay tuned. We have some new flavors coming as well. Super excited for that. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.